Okay, so before I give you my thought on this topic, I want you all to close your eyes with me and imagine. Imagine you're a man and you've been training in MMA for 5 years. Of course, everyone around you know that you've been training in MMA for the past 5 years. So your mans, your mother, your brother, your sister, your girlfriend, they all keep asking you, when are you going to finally have a fight? Everyone's excited. They want to cheer you on. They want to see you win. And then one day, you come up to everyone and you announce that you finally have a fight. Your first amateur MMA bout. And everyone's excited. Everyone. Everyone shows up. Not just your mother, your sister, your brother, your mans, and your girl, but also a couple cousins and your uncle. You got your support behind you, and you feel like you can conquer the world. It's the night of the fight, and the announcer calls you out. You come out first. You're a little nervous. Then you look over, and to your right is your family, your support system. They're all sitting there cheering you on, smiling at you, telling you you can do it. You step into the cage, and you feel invincible once again. And now it's time for the announcer to announce your opponent. Introducing second, from San Diego, California, the brawling butterfly, Brittany Palmer. Brittany Palmer is your opponent. But you knew that. The thing is, you look over to your support system, and they're not as excited. You're noticing on their faces looks of confusion and embarrassment. They're no longer standing. They slowly sit down, and they put their arms down. They're like, oh, he's fighting a girl? You notice how they all turn to each other and they're talking amongst each other, questioning what's going on. So you start to get a little doubt. Then you realize, okay, it'll be fine. When they see me win, then they'll start cheering again. So the fight starts. And then you knock her out in the first round in under 30 seconds. And you start cheering. Start jumping up and down. Your team rush into the cage. They pick you up, hoist you over their head. And you look over at your support system. And there's no one in the seats anymore. Your mother is leaving out and she's on the phone talking to a adoption agency so she can adopt a new son. Your brother and sister are already in the car trying to forget this ever happened and driving back home. And your girlfriend left a note in her seat saying, I think we should see different people. I just got out of an abusive relationship already. Okay, you can open your eyes now. Yeah, I'm talking about mixed gendered fighting. So to give you a little context, lately I've been seeing more and more videos of men fighting women in sports like fighting conditions, right? Whether it's kickboxing, MMA, whatever. And I'm not surprised. Okay, first it started with jiu-jitsu, and I was seeing the mixed gender jiu-jitsu matches, which, at least it's jiu-jitsu, I mean, it's still unfair, but it's not high impact to the extent of a striking sport. Then I was seeing it in MMA, then I was seeing it in kickboxing, and finally boxing. Now, at first, I just chalked it up as, on the internet, I tend to see crazy shit, and that's all this is. The world is burning, everyone is insane, and this is just more proof of that. But then I saw the comments. And sometimes comments can make you lose faith in society. The fact of the matter is this. When I was competing in jiu-jitsu, right, which I will be returning to eventually, I would see, not in person, I've never seen it in person, but I've seen videos of mixed gendered matches, and I thought I always skipped them. I would skip to the man versus man and the woman versus woman matches. Normal stuff. To me, I always thought that the dudes who would, agree to fight a woman were gay or something. I just figured they weren't traditionally masculine men. Because what fucking traditionally masculine man would agree to do that? And then it appeared in all the other sports. And then I started to see the comments. Now, I've already said before that TikTok draws in the most pathetic type of human beings. The most political and internet addicted people on the planet are all a part of TikTok and Twitter. Now, I don't have a Twitter, but I do got a TikTok. So it wasn't necessarily the videos of men fighting women that inspired me to do this. It was the comments, okay? And I mean a lot of them. I never judge an entire comment section by 2 or 3 comments. I judge it by the overwhelming majority. Now, before I go into the comments and why the comments are the way they are, I have to give you a little more context. One of the biggest issues here in the United States is that political issues and social issues are becoming merged, right? The line between the two of them is getting blurry. I already made a video about this, but in a nutshell, basically, they can't handle being challenged on their ideas. And so people are running to forms of authority, whether it's Twitter, trying to get someone banned, or TikTok or whatever. They're running to forms of authority to validate their opinions. What this has created, as far as genders is concerned, is 2 spheres. The manosphere and the feminist sphere. Now, if you are as cynical and jaded as I am, you hate both of these goddamn spheres because they're both full of delusional weirdos. Most of the manosphere is a bunch of dudes telling dudes not to deal with women so they can all sleep with each other, and the feminist situation is the same. To me, they're all just gay. Any normal straight man understands he needs women, and any normal straight woman understands she needs men. So to me, all of it is nonsense. And it doesn't really have a strong presence in the real world from my experience, but it is all over the internet. Okay, so what does that have to do with anything? Generalization. People generalize everything. So no one looks at things for what they are. They attach it to something else. On the internet, and especially podcasts and different stuff like that, where they talk about these type of topics, it is very common for a dude to say something regarding his own personal experience and the woman to respond, well, men do this and women do that. Generalizing everyone based off of one comment or one event or one video. And then the men do the same thing. A woman to say something about her personal experience, and instead of them taking it with a grain of salt, they take it with an entire salt shaker. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Anyway, as a result, they generalize everything and they say, oh, all women this, and they take it as a personal attack. And it's just annoying. It's really annoying. The problem with all these different groups and stuff is that nobody can talk about nothing. Okay? The second your little group gets offended, you go on the attack. You become very defensive. When at the end of the day, sometimes it's offensive to have a realistic conversation about things. Okay, my point is that the people looking at these videos are the same fucking people who will sit there and say it is unfair for a trans woman to fight a woman. And then look at this video and say equal rights, equal fights. Having a political fucking response to a dude beating the shit out of a female. So, let's take a look at some of these comments and these pathetic excuses for men. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. This guy is fighting like he's angry. Look at this. Look at the anger. I mean, could you imagine beating up a woman like this? Yeah. Look at this. Oh my God. Beating this bitch black and blue. Knocked her ass through the ropes. Oh my goodness. Oh. Brain damage. Ooh. Emotional damage. Ooh. Spiritual damage. Oh my God. Ooh. Good night. Jesus. Let's see it again. Okay. First is my comment. Only a pussy would agree to fight a woman for sport. That was me. I commented that a second ago. And I'm the only one who actually speaks on the dude. Every other one of these fucking dudes in this goddamn comment section is either A, making a joke, which, is cool, or B, making this a political thing and turning it into some sort of battle or victory against feminism. And that's not what it was. It was a chick getting her ass beat for no goddamn reason. So I suppose she became more independent and strong. Ronda versus Mike Tyson. I support this equality. Gender equality at its peak. No mercy, no mercy. A taste of equality. I quite enjoy equality. Was she crying at the end? I support this equality and I approve this video. Perfect. And he's probably a low-level MT fighter. Yeah, probably. Because only a pussy agrees to fight women for sport. You gonna learn today. She got heart, I tell you that. I like that one. Nice. Love this equality. Equality. LOL. What was the ref doing in the first few seconds of the video? W, bro. You got to give it to her. She kept it going and kept taking them hits, though. Equality hurts. I want to hear post-interview. Why? Question mark. Question mark. Question mark. Yep. Took it easy, not throwing kicks. Well, they want the equality. Oh. I love equality. Welcome to manhood. Fantastic. That's what I call equality. So I think that paints a pretty vivid picture. Let's go to another one. Boom. Rocked. Equality. It really does hurt. The right heel of equality. Broad knows the definition of equal opportunity. Well done. My man, no mercy. Equal rights, equal fight. KO. You winning. Perfect. Strong and independent. That hurts, but sports is sports. Hard reset. Good kick. I don't know why in karate they know attacks, but not defend. I assume you meant not defense. And in karate, a lot of the defense is distance, buddy. That's with only 10% capacity? Yes. Okay, let's try another one. Mixed gender combat in Thailand. And this is legit. This is a Muay Thai fight for those who don't know. Muay Thai is brutal. Oof. Getting rocked. For several reasons, I won't ever agree with this. Maybe it can work in other sports, but not combat sports. I agree. For a lot of reasons, I don't agree with this. For the same fucking reason, I don't agree that trans women should be fighting women or competing against women. So I obviously don't agree that a man without any type of compressed testosterone should be fighting a woman. Duh. Common fucking sense. But so many of these dudes are such pussies and so offended by the fucking feminists that they support this type of brutality for no reason. If she agrees to it, it's on her and her team. Very true. Very true. It is mainly on her team. Okay? Because in order to be a fighter and to even have the balls to step into the ring, no pun intended, you have to be a tad bit delusional. I'm sure a woman will look at the opportunity of beating a man as an opportunity to prove herself as the greatest female fighter. So I don't necessarily blame the fighters for looking at a challenge as an opportunity to prove their greatness. Okay, that's the mindset of a competitor. That's the mindset of a fighter. It's up to the team to step in and say, no, we're not doing this. And the team did not do their job. They did not, everyone involved, no one should have allowed this to happen. Starting with the sport, starting with whatever fucking promotion this is. Why do you even have mixed gender fights? Because, people's going to pay to watch destruction and carnage. But that has to do with your ethics. Like, that's fucked up. Anyway, let's move on. They don't learn. Equal rights, equal fights. If I had a fucking quarter for every time I heard equal rights, equal fights, I would be out of this debt. She didn't even get hit and she fell. Maybe she didn't want to get hit because she felt the other hits and she knew that she fucked up. Who decided to put her against Alex Pereira? Hey. The brawling butterfly, Brittany Palmer. Okay? She would have given him a run for his money. Stop playing. Delighted for her. Laughing emojis. People be out here saying that's unfair, but how is it? TikToker? That's your name? TikToker? Nigga, are you an NPC? What is TikToker is your name? They start you off with names like this. User 3522201900471. You changed your name to TikToker? Okay, let's see what you got to say. Let's see what the response is to you, TikToker. It's quite obvious. Laughing emoji. She and her team signed a paper agreeing to this fight. I'm don't think this guy speaks English. I'm simply saying if they want to be equal, then it's not unfair. This is the problem I have with everyone being so fucking divided. Who is they? Who is they? Okay, you're automatically associating her with, I assume, feminism, which just because someone's a female don't mean they're a fucking feminist, you fucking retard. That's the part that's pissing me off. She's a fighter and she's a competitor. She saw it as an opportunity and she probably learned the lesson and will never take another mixed gender fight again in her life. Either way, there were systems set in place so that these type of things don't happen. That's why the sports are separated by gender. All right, let's continue. Equal right. At least he had the decency to fight a fellow man. I don't know if that was ironic or a shot. Ref wanted his turn at the end. Cup of tea. You would go pro. Laughing emojis. First. I'll never understand the purpose of replying first because you won't be first by the time we read it and no one gives a shit. Some other language. That's just abuse without the Stella. This is basically domestic violence. Exactly. In fact, this is probably the worst form of a domestic violence, especially considering that Jonathan Majors got found guilty of doing nothing. Guilty of being black while with a white woman, while famous and rich. And this is okay. Cool. She did decent. I mean, no, she did not fucking do decent. She didn't do anything remotely close to decent. But I think what you're talking about is her form and her technique. She's clearly a real competitor just for women. She shouldn't be fighting a man. But in this particular fight, she didn't do decent. Why ask for it? I mean, yeah. I can't watch this. Okay, but you can watch this? What is this? This is a person with a watermelon in their mouth? What the fuck is this? This is your profile pic. You can't watch this, but you can have this as your profile pic? This is disturbing. Get help, Anton. In Thailand as well, nah. In Thailand as well, nah. Women and men are equal. Hey, yo, equal rights, equal fights. Here we go. Ashab. Feminists say that they are as strong as men. Do I need to say the word? And this woman needed to get beat up to prove a point to feminists. That's so stupid. Feminists are their own worst enemies. Okay? They defeat their own points by contradicting themselves constantly. Every single one of their arguments have been debunked. All of them. Why is anyone still mad at feminists? Let them take their L in their own fucking way. Why do we need to see a chick get her ass kicked in order to stick it to the feminists? This is so pathetic. LOL. Genetically, women have a disadvantage, but if she agrees to fight, it's her choice. I agree with that. Let's see, is there some more? Why are these women mad when they want to be equal? Yeah. They're both grown-ass men, to be honest. It doesn't work in any sport, but if they want to compete, then the only way... Then the only way they'll understand is to feel the pain. Oh, man, that was worth the anticipation. You're just a dick. And it makes me think, do all of these guys want to beat up women? Like, how does so many people take joy in watching a chick get her ass kicked by a dude? How is that something that people enjoy watching? And what I've noticed is that the manosphere community are basically feminists, right? They talk about being alpha and what's the other fucking thing? Oh my God, what's that thing? The big gray guy with the muscles and shit. They talk about being that big chin motherfucker. Chads. They talk about being giga chads and being alphas. But they move like females. They act like females. They don't take responsibility. They hate accountability. All they did was talk about the woman. Equal rights, equal fights. That's all I kept hearing. What the fuck type of man sees mixed gender category and signs up for that shit? Now, all of you guys are talking about, one of the guys said, W, bro. Really? W? Bet. All you guys are pussies. And guess what? To the rest of the fighting community, to all the actual men who compete against men, that guy is a pussy. Because if no women signed up for the mixed gender category, it would just be men versus men. And that's not what they want. Because they're pussies. They can't fight men. They prefer to beat up females. This is the lowest of the low. Scum. Weak people, and anyone championing this is also weak. You gotta ask yourself, why are you so offended that you take joy in watching a female get beat up by a man? Yeah, she's a competitor. Yeah, she's a bit delusional for agreeing to this. The fault lies heavily on the promotion and her team for allowing this to happen. And it also lies heavily on the guy. You know what I mean? It also falls on him too. We can't just keep talking about how stupid the woman is for agreeing to this. Yes, she's stupid for agreeing to this. But he's also a bitch for agreeing to this. You agreed to compete. You don't have to compete. You know, it's not a street fight. This is not you defending yourself against some crazy chick who's trying to kill you. This is a competition. This is extracurricular. This is a sport. You signed up for this shit. And then you said, oh no, I want to fight only women. Now, how is that not pathetic? How is that not pathetic? But the people who call themselves alphas is championing this. They're cheering this on. Like I said, the red pill community, the manosphere community are a bunch of, let's say, homos, right? Let's keep it PG. They're not masculine at all. And this is proof. This is pathetic. This is fucking pathetic. That's all I wanted to say. This is trash. Imagine what your girlfriend thinks of you if she just got finished witnessing you beat the shit out of a chick. It's like, yeah, we need to see different people. You know, who wants to be with a guy who will willingly beat the fuck out of a woman for money? You know? And don't get me wrong, I've sparred against women in training, but never did I take joy in beating the shit out of them. I just wanted to push them a little bit so that they can get better. That's how you be better than all the other women, when you train against men. That being said, I didn't just thrash them. Like, oh yeah, I get to fight a woman. Like, no. It's not a good look. It's not nothing. You know, what does he have to gain from this? Okay, money. But other than money, you know, there's no respect. Who's going to respect the guy who just beat up a female? I understand why women agree to fight men. Because they have everything to gain and he has everything to lose. If he lose, it's going to be twice as embarrassing. If she win, it's going to be twice as triumphant. That being said, there's a level of common sense you need to have. This is a weird era we live in, and I can't wait till promotions get rid of this type of stuff. This is trash. That's all I got for today. Peace.